PNG happenings.
Now, plenty plus our peninsula events of the last week in Parliament. I know that this particular position that the opposition took was not widely discussed or widely known about it before we moved the motion and tried to move the motion on the floor. But we thought that, having discussions directly with each of our leaders in Parliament was more relevant and more acceptable, so that if those discussions indicated that the idea to change the current Prime Minister's position, it was necessary for us to lodge that motion on the floor. So Milak Togolsem, I decided to accept the proposition that I should be the nominee, largely because time is short. We have got almost 20 months to the next elections. Next elections will be held in 2027, August 2027, so almost exactly 20 months to go. But as many of you know, our country has not been doing well, and our people have been seeing the result of a government that is not able to deliver to the expectations of our people, a government that is confused, government that is making a lot of promises but not able to deliver on those promises. Plenty all good blah talk na tintin come up inside the government, but you can see that leadership is about maintaining power and not about serving the people. And that has been a concern that many citizens right throughout the country who are speaking directly to their leaders or directly to opposition or directly to each other. They have expressed that they are not satisfied with the performance of the current government. As a result, it is only important that we members of Parliament continue to test what is provided for by the Constitution and by our laws of our country, to test the government's performance and government's ability to hold the government intact for managing the country, or to manage the country. And we have exercised that right by introducing a motion on the floor of Parliament last Wednesday. What has transpired on Wednesday was a little bit of a situation where we in opposition have been aware that this was a possibility, that the motion will be refused by the Private Business Committee. Private Business Committee is for private business of members of Parliament, especially individual backbenchers who are not ministers. On Thursdays is the day in which it is set aside for members of Parliament to introduce their own legislation or their own business to Parliament. So anything before Parliament discusses, it must go through this committee, and this committee must say, okay, we agree that this particular motion or particular agenda item be placed on the notice paper for next day on Thursday. So of course, early in the morning, just before 10 o'clock, the opposition delivered a motion signed by close to 20 plus MPs to the Speaker of Parliament to deliberate, and the standing orders and the Constitution allows that the committee can only meet at lunchtime on Wednesdays, not any other day. So that meeting was convened on Wednesday, and it was chaired by the Speaker, and the Speaker in turn invited all the other members, and the members of that committee are all members of Pangu Party. It's supposed to be a balanced bipartisan committee, but in this instance it's all dominated by Pangu. So obviously, as expected, they rejected the motion. They discussed the motion. So on Wednesday, in light of previous Supreme Court decisions, the Speaker and the members on Wednesday agreed, as far as we are aware, agreed that the motion should be placed on the notice paper on Thursday. After the meeting has been concluded, the Prime Minister visited the Speaker. Marape visited the Speaker's office, sat there for a few hours, and discussing this matter with the Speaker. Now, Prime Minister himself is not a member of that committee. And him having to discuss this matter with the Speaker is highly irregular as well. But of course, they sat for a few hours discussing this particular matter, and as a result of that, the Speaker then convened another meeting on Thursday morning. Saying that there's a continuation of the meeting of the Wednesday lunch meeting that they had. In fact, the lunch meeting has already passed, as far as I'm concerned, have already passed a resolution to list the matter on Thursday. The matter was not listed on Thursday on a notice paper, and of course, Speaker decided to hold another round of meetings, and this time convinced the members that although it has met all the other requirements that is expected of a motion, that these 5 requirements that the Supreme Court has declared that should be met by any motion that's been introduced. The Speaker said it was, when he announced the decision, he said those conditions were met, but because of the recent amendments to Section 145 by the government, this motion cannot be entertained, and it was refused. So there are a few problems in this. So what we are trying to do is, and those problems include the fact that the Speaker, who was supposed to be the acting Governor General, but we are informed that he advised Parliament, and he advised NEC, and he advised the relevant officers that he was not well, he was sick, and was not able to perform the role as acting Governor General while the Governor General was out traveling on duty. Now, because of that, the Chief Justice, who is next in line according to our Constitution, went down there and performed the role of acting Governor General. While the Speaker, who is supposed to be on sick leave, was then forced to come into Parliament, obviously just to entertain this particular and deliberate on this motion. So as far as we are concerned, the Speaker has illegally conducted a meeting that he is not supposed to chair. If he was well and he was on duty, automatically he becomes the acting Governor General, and the Deputy Speaker takes over. That's one issue that's now come to light. The second issue is that he's not supposed to conduct any meetings on Thursday. He can only conduct it on Wednesday, and that meeting took place already, and a decision was reached. But of course, the Speaker now conducted a second meeting on Thursday and then rejected the motion.
PNG Happenings.